Hey, you beautiful buccaneers, Falcore here. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm not on script. I'm literally just walking you through what custom servers are like on Insiders. I just thought it would be a more organic way to do it, considering that most of what happens on custom servers is going to be organic. So here we go. Press play. And you are met with custom Cs, obviously a placeholder, which will probably go through to live build, but let's not talk about that. Anyway, click on that. Then you come straight to a screen, create and host a custom game or join with a code. Obviously, if you're hosting, you click the first one. If you're joining a custom server, you'll be given a game code and you can join with a code there. Obviously, placeholder images once again, yay. And then you're met with this screen, which is a recent update to the custom servers. This essentially gives you different types of presets for your competitive or non-competitive play, but we're going to ignore those and we're going to go straight to adventure mode just to show you what's happening. So straight into adventure, then you're met with this screen, which is obviously if you have friends, I have none, you would be filling this roster up with as many people as possible. As you can see, 1 to 6 ships and a maximum of 24 players. So you can edit the crews and what ship types they are on. I'm on a galleon. I don't want to be soloing the galleon. I'm not the ferryman. So let's switch to a sloop. And then you can add whatever ships you want to another sloop, galleon, a brigantine, and another galleon. And then you can choose which ship you want to be on. So I could switch to this ship, for example. So I could, hold on, wrong one. Yeah. So I can move players. You can go like this, confirm the selection, and I can move myself to this one, for example. So you've got full control over what you want to do with this session. So if you've got people that keep on joining your ship, for example, you can throw them into another ship and keep them there. Once you figured all of that out, you then have session switches, which allows you to do things like infinite ammo, opposing crew damage. You can switch friendly fire on, which is a much requested feature, so that's pretty cool. You can change the revive time. You can override the loadout. So, for example, I could make everybody only have a cutlass and a flintlock, and then you got options for ship types, so you can switch alliances on. You can reduce the ship supplies. You can expand the ship supplies, which is what I'm going to do. You can turn the emissaries on. Ship respawn distance, which is set to close, so it means that if you sink, you will respawn close to the other ships. So it's good for things like recreating arena, or if you've just got a bunch of friends around and you don't want to lose each other and your friend keeps on one-balling you with a cannonball, you can get back as soon as possible. There's also things for rowboats, so I can turn on rowboats and then decide what rowboats are within the world. So I could just have soul flame rowboats, for example. Emergent creatures. You can turn off all of the emergent creatures, which is going to be great for making machinimas, and also the emergent animals as well, if you really wanted to do that. You can decide which emergent world events you want, so which ones you want to spawn, which ones you don't want to spawn. You can choose the weather, so I can turn the storm off. Thank God for that. And then scoring. You can turn custom scoring on. So you can have a time limit. I won't do that for now. Score limit. You can have, let's say, 9,000. Scoring method is by crew, so basically you can have it crew members or an entire crew. Set scoreboard order, descending, scoring events. So now I can change what gives people a score. So I can have player damage, I can have creature damage, I can have ship damage, or I can have people completing world events, for example. I'm going to turn on the creatures, and I'm going to give it quite a... Just turn on some skeletons here. Go 450. Yeah, 450. Let's do it the same with here, because I want to see, I haven't actually seen how this works, and I'm interested. This is difficult to slide, very difficult to slide. So the scoring is on. I think I've done that all right, but anyway, if that's not working, we'll go into that in another video, but I'll just show you the meat and veg of this all. So let's set sail, and then you're in the game, and it shows you a quick brief of who's in the session and what switches are turned on, and then we just look around, and then we have to go through all of the different tutorials because it's Insider build and they've reset our pirate, and for some reason we always have to have the tutorials on. And as per usual, I'm trying to get some good footage of this game, and it spawned me a dagger tooth, so no hope in that. But the good news is you can move around very easily in custom servers. I'll get on board just to show you. Now, this is one thing that I want to point out. Lift your anchor, because if you don't lift your anchor, the game won't think that you've set sail. So you could be on the other side of the world, die, and you'll come back to this outpost, and nobody wants to spend their day at Daggertooth. So set sail, just give it a little shimmy. Right, now, you go to your normal, press Q, I don't know what it is on controllers, press Q to go to your regular reticle, and then press G, and it opens the, I guess the dev build is what you could call it right now. You got a radial to spawn things here, which you can add things to. So, for example, I could add an item here. I could add a creature to spawn. For now, I'll just do some treasure items. So let's just do that. So I can then just press Q, and lo and behold, I'm covering my ship in Athena chests. And Captain chest for good measure. And you'll probably notice as well is that there's a ghost barrel gunpowder keg. And a few of you may have noticed this in some of the promo shots around the time when they brought out the Phantom Forts. They never used it, so apparently now they're using it for this. I don't know why, but there you go. The next option you have is if you double tap space, you begin to fly around the world, which is going to be great for cinematic shots. It's going to be more useful for events and stuff though, so you basically become a cameraman and can fly around and see the action. Pressing the different mouse clicks will speed you up or slow you down, so left click will slow you down, right click will speed you up. All very nice. The next ability you have is Quick Sail, which essentially turns your ship into a Gmod slate. Again, pressing the different buttons will speed you up or slow you down, but this will be good for positioning your ships for your events and whatnot. You also have a command menu that allows you to do things like spawn world events, so I could spawn the Burning Blade in the world center, and off we go, and it should... There we go. Burning Blade has been spawned. And yes, you can fast travel with the Burning Blade. We might do that in a moment. But anyway, let's go to somewhere nicer where the sun actually glows on things and I don't feel like I'm suffering from depression. So in order to do that, go to fast travel, and I want to travel to islands. So let's look through here. Again, all of these menus are placeholder. They're going to look a lot more flashy when this is released. Let's go to Sanctuary Outpost, and we should be here. Yes, good. Sun, blue waters. Ah, this is so much better. Right, now, just to give you an example of the absolute stupidity that you can do on custom servers, which is most likely going to be the first thing that you do when you first come in, let's just spawn a bunch of these. Come out of the menu. Pick this one up. And then I might die. Oh, okay. And here we go. So that was fun. And yes, you do have the ability to spawn pretty much everything in the game. I will run through some of the things that you can spawn. All of the treasure chests in the game, every single one. All of the bounty skulls within the game, including the gold hoarder skull there, as you can see. All of the treasure artifacts, so all of the little things, basically, that you usually leave at the outpost because they're not worth enough. All of the merchant supplies, and then all of the smuggler stuff that you will ignore. All of the fish from in the game as well, including the new Hunter's Call ones. You could spawn a bunch of food for you and your friends, so stack up a ship with pineapples. And then the miscellaneous, which is all the stuff left over, so tomes, all of the weapons within the Sea of Thieves, all of the keys in Sea of Thieves, the gifts, and of course, the best item in Sea of Thieves, a stool. On top of that, you can add creatures. So all of the skeletons, all of the phantoms, all of the ocean crawlers, all of the sirens, sharks, animals, and of course, whilst we're here, it wouldn't be a Captain Falcore video without turning Sanctuary Outpost into a Larry Haven. That's just happiness. You can spawn pretty much anything you want from the game, so I could spawn a bunch of skeletons here. Also, if you fly or you use this menu, you will become invulnerable to attack, like a Justin Bieber concert, and I'm Justin Bieber. And look at that, the sun is going down, so let's do something about that. Go to World Settings, change the time of day back to when it's nice, 12 p.m, and boom. Great for making videos, great for making screenshots, not so great if you're nocturnal. Oh, crikey. Well, that's how you make a world event. Expect that in Season 21, am I right? So let's go and see if my triggers worked, and if I kill a skeleton, I will get some sort of point system. It's worth pointing out as well that the point system is actually silver within custom servers, which if anyone who played Arena would remember was the currency from Arena. But it's a great way for you to create a leaderboard. So for example, I could make a game mode, which is the first person to sell 10 captain's chests, and that scoreboard would tell me who is the winner. So I'm just going to go over here and try and spawn some skeletons and see if this point-based system has worked. Let's spawn a couple of unarmed skeletons. I don't like my victims to fight back. And let's see what this does. Perfect. Right, it's either that I set up the point system wrong, or the points aren't currently working. No, I don't see anything. It's probably turned off for now. But still, the idea is a great idea. Before the end of the video, though, I'll go and have a quick look and see if there's something I forgot to add. Let's take a quick fly over to the Burning Blade whilst I discuss a few more things with you. So obviously this is coming in Season 20, and I know a few of you will be watching this and thinking, well, that's pretty cool. But as I said in my last video, I feel like this is more aimed towards content creators or event organizers, not really your average Joe. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure everybody will have a laugh playing this, but I feel like it's going to be a couple of hours of fun and probably forget about it afterwards. But still, the fact that content creators are going to be utilizing this, a lot of rebirth of old communities that used to get together and create events for the rest of the community, and on top of that, we're going to see some great machinimas. I'm certainly going to be delving in and making some great videos utilizing this. But of course, that's all the serious stuff. Let's do something silly. Hello, Mr. Flameheart, sir. Don't mind if I take your ship, do you? Of course you don't. Let's take Flameheart on a little joyride, shall we? Do you mind? Watch out. Iceberg ahead. Beautiful. Yes. There's something quite therapeutic about being completely invulnerable to enemy fire and just messing around with the AI like this. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day. And off into the sunset the Burning Blade goes. Never to hopefully ever return again. Beautiful. So let's use one of these presets that they gave us. I'm not sure what this means, but competitive sandbox adventure, I'm not sure what these are doing. But let's do competitive sandbox. The placeholder UI really doesn't help in this situation, but we'll see what happens. Okay, let's give it a shot. No. I imagine it's got something to do with the fact that I have no friends, and of course there's no competition without friends, so I'm just stuck here with a galleon by myself like the ferryman. I'm only joking. I do have friends. My mum's a lovely woman. So I think that's a good rundown for custom servers and give you a sort of glimpse into what is being produced. There will be more stuff added as time goes on, such as the custom camera mode, which will allow you to make some bespoke footage. Think along the lines of what you see in promotional content, such as adventures and things like that. You will now have the power. Dip! As I said, this is available on Insiders right now. The Insiders build is completely free to play for anyone. Go away. And at least for now, you can just have a bit of a laugh doing stupid stuff like this. So if you liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more, please hit that subscribe button. Let's do this for a quick send-off, shall we? Oh, my. What's about to happen? Death. Death is about to happen. I'm now pregnant.